For question 5, you can make moves on the board. Unfortunately, most of the application we see look like that. So just lack of graphics and design. So for kids, it's just quite difficult to keep curiosity about this app. So have more ideas of gamification. It's not just about only the mini games, but the kid inside the app should feel a like important person that he's part of some world.
Completely, and there's a lot of really good educational content already written by grandmasters, chess masters everywhere, have written books, have written recorded videos.
Yeah, you see an incredible set of lessons. We have 300 of them with all kinds of...
Maybe we need other new things as well. So, who would like to start with a question?
These days, they help and involvement, but I think the future is coming from, say, cognitive sciences, modeling, cognitive, our processing.
Kids. So I believe that today we cannot use anymore the standard classical approach with a demo board and explain, okay, pawn goes here or bishop goes there. It doesn't work anymore in today's class. So kids become so advanced, technology advanced, and they're absolutely boring in the standard explanation. So they need the fun, they need just engagement, and of course, big motivation for studying things.
Web page where we put information. We will have a chess school for kids 3 till 6 years old. Why preschool? Because, as I said before, it was no option for Belarusian kids to learn chess in such young ages.
Glad and listening, so it's great for us spectators, but my word, that went really bad for Veselin. I wonder where his major mistake was, because we're lucky enough to have Vladimir Kramnik with us. He's getting mic'd up and he'll tell us very, very soon. I have a feeling that his big mistake was allowing C6.
In general, it's very good just to forget, no matter what you do. I mean, you have to, even if you win, I think it's good to forget.
Now we've got... Do they still call you? No, that's what we used to. Because Madras doesn't exist. Is that right? That's correct.
We are with the 5-time world champion Vishwanathan Anand after a very interesting game today. Were you worried at any point, Vishy, that you may have been losing the game?
I think as far as that, but of course Rook A8 was when Rook A8 he went D4 and I realized that I released the pressure on E4.
Using this network on your phone? I mean, yes, I saw that. Can you not see it? Teaching, weight training, coaching.
There's this wonderful innovation that John came up with where everyone with a badge has got a chess position, and you've got to try and find the other person with whom you connect to make a checkmate. And since I'm in this unique position of being able to speak to you, I can cheat. I'm looking for someone who's got a white king, but not a black king. And even longevity. I think the London Chess and Education Conference is now established as the leading chess and education conference in the world, which makes us all, well, I think rightly proud. I'd like to thank...
so much about. So, in order to counter that, what you have to do is speak very highly of your particular session, so that people feel regret towards you, not the other way around. And, you know, golden crusted, diamond enhanced badge.
Have you put this in the book?
This conference will be very interesting because the topic is the didactics of chess. And I have worked a very long time to make a new attitude towards chess in schools. That this is chess for education and not education for chess. That means that chess is only a tool that will benefit social and intellectual skills to children. And that is why also I think this will be interesting, because this is something that you are experts in. You are the chess in schools in the world and in Europe. And from my experience, that you are the ones who have new ideas on how chess can be educated. That has taken so long time, mainly because there is no organization inside the federations. There is very few of them that keep statistics. So for example, one question that I really would like to know is how many children is part of CIS in Europe?
Kind of geographical overview. And the first topic is the degree of activity of chess in schools across Europe. We looked at whether there was a chess curriculum that was used throughout the country. And again, to claim chess as a sport, and I think they were given some opportunities in that direction. But when they examined the possibilities, the regulations say that you can't be playing competitive chess before the age of 8.
I want hard facts, and they still are very, cautious, just like scientists should be. And this is, of course, what we hope for, that the development of research will show this, that we already know, all of us. Yes. So, conclusions. Chess in school is very rapidly growing movement.
Yeah. And having learned about growth mindset, I might even try that one again. At the moment, I am just teaching chess in some private schools in England. In after-school chess clubs, but my aim is to bring as much chess as possible into British schools and preferably even try and smuggle it into the classroom. So I've collected a few resources that I've been using and I recommend using in the classroom. Just before we start, I'd just like to give a very quick summary of how chess is in the UK at the moment. Place a knight somewhere where it's not under attack by an enemy piece. And the person who cannot place any more knights after a while is the loser. So what's the good strategy? Is there a strategy for the first or the second player to win? And if you give it a little bit of symmetry, we'll solve the game. It's the second person who can win.
School children, are there persons here teaching chess in preschool? Okay, I don't have to say that you have to vary a lot, because the concentration. There is one group that starts with the puzzling. I have a big chessboard, 64 squares.
The teachers that must teach chess in the classroom are the teachers, and they usually don't know how to play chess. So we have to teach the teachers to play chess.
If you look into the federation, the number of people in federation management, the number of people chess schools.
So are we saying we need to stay in the world of educational chess rather than competitive chess? Many of us come from one camp or the other. We need
They said that once. I don't know if that's a legitimate reason. Children not want to install in but I don't see us going anywhere where.
In general, I guess there must be other tests. I think it's spatial sense. I think it's all about having a spatial sense. Which I think I'm not sure I have.
When you say videos, chess apps, I mean sometimes, our experience, we have a huge experience about it, and sometimes we really bring just some videos, some funny videos from YouTube for the kids. They play, solve puzzles in the app, they work on the workbook, and suddenly, okay, today we just watch some videos. They're crazy. I mean, they're very like it. But of course, it should happen once in months.
From the beginning, our idea is to grow up a chess champion, yeah. And also, I don't think that chess tournaments or chess lessons like this level with time control, like 15 minutes plus 10 seconds, it's really, how to say, will be great improvement.
He's doing. Competing against 10 players simultaneously. That in its
Chinese are now very strong in chess. So what can we, in chess, what can we learn, and especially in chess and education, what can we learn from other games? I have some ideas. For one thing, to throw some things into discussion. In Go, there's this tradition of a teaching game. So the stronger players are playing games, but they deliberately make moves to keep the game equal. There's quite a lot of opposition still to even mini games, to regular chess players. Why would I introduce someone to start even?
What you're saying about the Chichi game where they give a commentary as they're playing one of the few attempts that TV made to try and popularise chess was the Master game. I think it was called Master. It's quite a few years ago now. But the format for that was that they have a game of chess, but then afterwards the two players would give their commentary and kind of their analysis, and it was probably oiled with a little bit of wine as well.
Was more forgiving for small mistakes, and now if you make a small mistake, you're completely dead. And the game, you have at least for 80% of the game you were playing the game.
That's one of the versions. Another version talking about two sets, 2 players each. So you play. A lot of kids play.
How do you do that? With exchanging drafts for chess?
Yeah, I play. My teammate plays black. I got more corners playing there, so I catch my pieces.
Actually, that I was embarrassed on Friday. I didn't know the names of all the tutors. Okay, that's why I don't teach anymore, by the way. So but the charity is getting to us. Yeah, exactly. Who am I?
Are you in one of my classes? Sorry,
you know it well. I left my name tag. I was so senile, I forgot my name tag. But the charity has indeed grown, and that's due to you, your hard work, to the local coordinators who've seen some amazing expansion in some of the areas. I think Anthony went off to play a bit of chess.
There's a meeting.
Piotrek!
I cannot be.
Piotrek! Zrób nam zdjęcie, to jak Malcolm, z tamtej strony.
Wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's 5 moves.
A film special film showing of Magnus the documentary, which will be taking place at 8:30 at the Bloomsbury Curzon cinema, which is near Russell Square Tube Station. If you are interested in going, then
show you 2 samples. This one is the sample where we have 12 schools out of the 33, 42 classes and 771 pupils.
Or adults. And if it's aimed at adults, is it aimed at teachers or at trainers? So that's the audience. Then there's the style. Traditional, distance learning techniques, as pioneered in this country by the Open University 30, 40 years ago. The way that a lot of people in the chess community, at least, think if you talk about the internet, using internet systems, I discovered this myself when we were discussing online preparation for school teachers for the FIDE school instructor title. When we talked about internet, everyone, almost without exception, visualized this as meaning there is a tutor sitting in front of a webcam connected by Skype to a lot of people. But that's only one part of internet. I think the main part of internet, personally, is as a mode of delivering the learning materials for the traditional distance learning. And then, are these online materials interactive or not? And finally, do they, maybe dual finally, individual or group targeted? They couldn't be both. But mainly they seem to concentrate on one or the other. And finally, do they contain tracking? Do they enable a teacher to track the progression of the pupils in class?